Hi once again YouTube, it's Lynn back to do the second instalment of the tag series, which could go into 3 or 4 or more. We'll start off this segment with a little peony. This is a ground orchid which grows in the Himalayas or across the Himalayas through a few different countries. So it's kind of mountainous and comes out after the snow. This is one I had last year which didn't do much, but it is actually sending off a shoot. It won't flower, it's too small. This one behind is another which didn't flower, it just sent up a leaf, this one did have a flower, as did this one, but they both blasted. So I've been on to the supplier about that and haven't heard back from them because I actually ordered those and got sort of like 3 for $36, which is not cheap for 3 little orchids like this. And I either want my money back or I want a replacement. Going on now to my collection of species and novelty flowers. Nothing apart from this little one which is in flower just at the moment, but I do have some spikes. I'll just show you. I found a way when they don't have very good root systems and they're wobbly in the pots, as they often are if they have scant roots. I found a way to stake Phalaenopsis. So I'm putting one stake behind and one stake in front. And with this one I didn't have to do it, but with bigger plants I'm actually tying the stakes together so the plant's not tied, but having a stake at front and back, because this is a monopodial orchid, it stabilises it and it doesn't wobble in the pots. So it gives it a better chance to grow roots, because that's the problem, is if they're wobbling and moving in the pot, the roots are not going to grow. So just a little tip for you there if you don't know how to stabilise your Phalaenopsis. And here we have all my mounts, which I don't have very much success in flowering, but I'm going to look after them a lot better this year, and I've already started. You can see we're getting nice green roots, because we don't have very much humidity in WA, very little. During the winter months, yes, there's more, but summertime, it's usually about 25-30%, and I grow outdoors, so it's very hard. I'm also growing flat on this mallee root here. This is a dendrobium seedling, and that's also another problem, is nearly all my mounts are seedlings. There's very few large established plants. They're all grown from seedlings, so I have to wait a long time. Going over to another mallee root mount, and this is a hare's foot fern, and I've got about 5 or 6 of those on the fern, front and back, and I'm hoping that, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there, so I'm hoping that will completely cover, and they've grown since they've been on there, and they've only been on there like just over a week or something. Sorry, I keep putting my finger in front of the lens. Okay, so we've got some in flower over here. A little yellow twinkle, not doing terribly well. A Wariciclia, what are you called? Happy Fields. Let me have a look. There's the label. Yeah, Kayaguchi Happy Fields. And then a little Oncidium type over there. Can't remember what that's called. I'll have a look. Call me a tag. Miltonidium Hawaiian Sunset. So I don't have a great deal of luck with Oncidiums because it's too hot. And, don't fall over the bucket, Lynn. Okay, so here we have an LC Gold Digger. Now this is from a deceased estate, and it said it had no roots when I bought it in August. So once I've photographed this and put it in my database, I'm going to take those flowers off. I'll just put them in a vase. Roger, if you're watching, can you please tell me, is this Spring Dream Apollon? Now it has no pink tips whatsoever. Let me get it in the photo for you. It's pristine white and this beautiful green throat. I think it is. and I'd say this one is very close to the species actually. So if you can comment on that one. There's another little novelty fowl. We're having a sale at the orchid fair this weekend, and I'm going to take some orchids in, and that little white fowl's going to go. These are all my sickly ones or tiny ones that I'm just sort of nursing, except I keep forgetting to close up the cover at night. So I'm planning to take most of this out anyway, put it in general population and put my seedlings in here and leaving them out all the time now, because I've been bringing them in at night and putting them on a warming mat just so that they don't succumb. Okay, so I'm almost into 6 minutes, so this one has to stop and I will continue with part 3. See you then.